Welcome to Spiritual Calisthenics. Christ is in our midst. On October 17th, we commemorate Hosea the Prophet, the holy martyrs Cosmas and Damian of Arabia, and Andrew the righteous Monk-martyr of Crete, and the removal and placing of the sacred relics of the holy and righteous Lazarus. Regarding Hosea the Prophet, according to some, Hosea, whose name means God is help, was from the tribe of Issachar, and more likely from that of Reuben. He was the son of Beeri. He is the first in order of the 12 minor prophets, the most ancient of all. He prophesied in the days of the divided kingdom. The Lord told him to take a harlot to wife, and an adulteress. The harlot, a known sinner, was a figure of the kingdom of Israel and Samaria, which openly worshipped idols. The adulteress, lawfully married, yet sinning secretly with her lovers, was a figure of the kingdom of Judah in Jerusalem, which, while having the temple and the priesthood and the divine worship according to the law, stealthily served the idols also. The prophet Hosea prophesied for 60 years and lived for 90 years from 810 to 720. His book is divided into 14 chapters. As we celebrate the memory of your prophet Hosea, O Lord, through him we beseech you to save our souls. Initiated by divine illumination, you were deemed worthy of the lofty gift of prophecy, foretold of the promise of grace, O prophet. O Hosea, since you dwell in God's glory now, do you rescue from all manner of adversity us who cry to you, rejoice, you vessel of grace divine. Regarding St. Andrew the righteous monk-martyr of Crete, St. Andrew was from the island of Crete, where he lived the monastic life. During the reign of Constantine Copronymus, he came to Constantinople and suffered many things in defense of the veneration of the holy icons. Finally, he was dragged to the market, bound by the feet, one of which was severed by a fishmonger wielding a cleaver, and thus the saint surrendered his spirit unto God in the year 761. Sacred relics were buried at a certain place called the Judgment. Trained on the mountain in ascetical labors, with the whole armor of the cross, you did vanquish the spiritual arrays of the unseen enemies. When you had stripped thyself of great courage for contest, you did slay Copronymus with the sword of true faith. For both these things have you been crowned by God, O our righteous martyr, blessed Andrew of great renown. On this day, the Church of Christ with great rejoicing observes the resplendent festival of your illustrious memory, summoning all of the faithful to come together. She is glad, as she possesses the precious treasure of your much afflicted body, O martyr Andrew, light of the Orthodox faith. From St. Paul's letter to the Romans. Brethren, God has mercy on whomever he wills. He hardens the heart of whomever he wills. You'll say to me then, why does he still find fault? For who can resist his will? But who are you, a man, to answer back to God? Will what is molded say to its molder, why have you made me thus? Does the potter know right over the clay? Make out of the same lump one vessel for beauty, and another for menial use? What if God, desiring to show his wrath and to make known his power, has endured with much patience the vessel of wrath made for destruction, in order to make known the riches of his glory, the vessels of mercy, which he has prepared beforehand for glory, even us, whom he has called, not from the Jews only, also from the Gentiles. As indeed he says in Hosea, whom we celebrate today, those who were not my people, I will call my people, and her who is not beloved, I will call my beloved. In the very place where it was said to them, you are not my people, they will be called the sons of the living God. And Isaiah cries out concerning Israel, though the number of the sons of Israel be as the sands of the sea, only a remnant of them will be saved. The Lord will execute his sentence upon the earth with rigor and dispatch. And as Isaiah predicted, if the Lord of hosts had not left us children, we would have fared like Sodom and been made like Gomorrah. Then shall we say that the Gentiles who did not pursue righteousness have attained it? That is, righteousness through faith? But that Israel who pursued that righteousness which is based on the law did not succeed in fulfilling that law? Why? Because they did not pursue it through faith, but as if it were based on works. They have stumbled over the stumbling stone, as it is written, behold, I am laying in Zion a stone that will make men stumble, a rock that will make them fall, and he who believes in him will not be put to shame. So we see these prophecies showing us that even those who are hard of heart, God can save, showing the majesty of his glory. At that time, one of Jesus' disciples came to him and said, Master, We saw a man casting out demons in your name, and we forbade him, because he does not follow us. But Jesus said to him, Do not forbid him, for he that is not against you is for you. In other words, people that are Christians, we should work with them. They're not against us. We should try to bring them to the fullness of the truth, but they are not like the heretics. They are not like the blasphemers. And so as long as they're with Jesus Christ, even in form, we should try to work with them. Even though we are not in communion, we must not make that mistake. We're not in communion with those Christians that are not part of the fold, part of the church, but they can be allies, accomplishing good in the world. When the day draws near for him, he received up. He set his face to go to Jerusalem, and he sent messengers ahead of him, who went and entered the village of the Samaritans, make ready for him. But the people would not receive him, because his face was set towards Jerusalem. When his disciples James and John saw it, they said, Lord, do you want us to bid fire come down from heaven and consume them as Elijah did? But he turned and rebuked them. They went on to another village. In other words, Christ has come not to cause heartache, not to cause fire to fall upon those that do not receive him, but to try to save them. That is why Jesus Christ came, was to save all the world and the Gentiles as well. The Samaritans are of the Gentiles. So this is the idea that we have come into the world not just to save the Jews, not just to save the Orthodox Christians, to save everyone, to bring Christ to everyone. That as the prophet Joel says, that anyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. I hope that you've enjoyed today's Spiritual Calisthenics. Have a blessed and wonderful day.